What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Building the City with Bearded Bricks. This week I have completed the police station. We added a full interior to the theater. I got rid of the Doctor Strange building. I want to add it somewhere else, and I'm going to change the way it's done. I don't really like just how the top half flipped over. Added another building here. Got pretty much done with the Disney Tower. Started another building over here, and we will be completing this soon. But let's see where we're at right now. And now that you have seen a little up-close view of the outside, let's go in and show you what I've done on all of the interior. First off here, I want to slide these away. We will start with the theater. The theater is kind of the same before. I did set the windows to where all the movie posters are a little inset. Added some more color on the outside. That way when we get this thing lit up, you'll really be able to see it. I went back and made this thing modular, just like all the rest of the buildings. You're going to pull off that roof. You're going to go inside, and what we're going to see is I've added a theater screen and some seats. Now, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do back here or over here on this side. What I'm probably going to do is add some more seats over here. Maybe kind of like something special, like another concession stand. But when you come back around, this is the kind of a crappy design, but you do have to take this off. And then the second floor lifts off. When you remove the second floor, you can come in, see that there is a concession stand here. We've got a walkway to the movie. I'm going to be putting a ticket booth over here. Got to get some more tiles. And then I kind of like highlighted the movie that is playing. In this case, it is A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's going to be hard to see on that, but I will show an up-close picture of what it looks like. Got a bunch of these things from Eclipse Graphics. They look great. They really make this building pop out. I put some more of the horror posters on this side, and as you can see, one of the things I've done is I've added a hand coming out of the sewer with a balloon to show like it is in front of the movie poster. I will be going through the city and kind of putting some Halloween things out there this week. You will see a pretty cool scene going on inside of the theater come here in a couple days. But theater is done. Everything, I believe, looks great. I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I can't wait to get it lit up. Then coming on down, we can move that out of the way. This is the bank we went over last week. I did decide to add this building here and get rid of what was going to be the Doctor Strange Tower. I've got an idea I'm going to do with it a little later and show another cool scene. I don't really like how that top of that building is just flipped over. And then we have these guys. Let's give these guys the close-up they deserve. Alright, with that and showing these guys, one of the things I want to let you know is this is what we're going to be doing with these guys. This is a mob. Of course, New York City back in the day had a mob. Don't really know if they do now. Don't really care. But we're going to be adding these in the city. So when you come and see us and we're set up in an event, there's going to be 10 of these guys. These 10 guys are going to be hid without the city. They're going to be kind of like the scavenger hunt. You're going to have to find them. They will be all hidden in some kind of Easter egg scenario. So we're hoping these guys right here will draw you to kind of another place and make you realize or make you see something that is going on in another location. Now, of course, we done went over the bank. We've done showed the inside. If you haven't seen that video, watch this right here and you'll see the insides. Now, once we slide this out of the way, this building comes into play. With this building right here, I'm not really sure what I'm going to end up doing with the staircase in front. It kind of looks way too fancy just to be a normal hotel, so I'm not really sure. But, however, I did get 4 of the Disney Tower sections done. The first one is going to be the scene from What If, kind of where Captain America is a zombie and they're on a subway. I'll be throwing him in here with some more figs and kind of adding some more effects, but this is pretty much the basic layout of what is going on. Then, come down a level. If you can guess what this is, we got WandaVision. I did half the room in black and white, the other half in color. I'll be adding the characters in here and some more kind of details around the fireplace, but that one is pretty much done. Now this one is 100% complete. It is the Thor's apartment from the set. All I did was kind of adapt it to a bigger scenario, added some more walls and shown a little bit more detail inside, but other than that, I'm just going to throw the figs in there and be done with it. Now when you come down here to the bottom, you're going to see that I added the flower and the curtain from Beauty and the Beast. I threw in the clock. The treasure trunk will have some stuff from Fantasia in it and got a little mermaid hints. There will be some minifigures thrown in here too, but I'm going to have to pull up some of these tiles and put on some stuff to hold some figures. That will all be done shortly. And then you can slide this around and this will be the other corner. This is another building. I'm not really sure what's going to go in it. I have an idea of something to put up top for an apartment, but I don't know if it needs to be in this or it might be in the other one. I think what I'm going to end up doing is my idea I'm going to put underneath the Aunt May. It'll make more sense. I promise you'll see it come here in the next couple episodes. Now, these three sections right here, when you walk up to a table at a convention, these will be the three that are probably going to be in the front. Which brings me to my next thing. I've talked a little bit before about widening the sections. I've talked about kind of making to where I'm going to leave this alone and build an X Mansion. The X Mansion will come, but with this right here, one of these buildings I'm going to have to split apart and put a entryway to the alley. Now, it might not necessarily be one of these in the front. It might be one on the back. Both the side buildings on the corners are going to have kind of like a corner here and then another corner connected to it. So I'm not really sure if I could do that. I probably could if I remove the Sentinel, which is what I said I was going to do, and put him with the X Mansion. I can just kind of destroy that building and put an entryway into the alley to where it leads into the back of all this. Now, this building right here will not have anything to do with an alley. This and this will be kind of set up to where you can kind of see as you're coming in the whole Murdoch thing where he becomes Daredevil. That scene will be done. There will be nothing else added to that back there. I said I was going to do some other things, but what you're going to pretty much see is a setup. You're going to have someone robbing the bank. Whoever's going to be robbing the bank is going to be running out. They're going to pretty much get in the way of the forklift. The forklift is going to swerve to miss the robber. It's going to hit the tank of the acid. The acid is pretty much going to fall onto the eyes of Murdoch, and that's where he becomes Daredevil. With all these ideas I've got, this would be really cool if I had the ability to do stop motion, but I really don't want to get into that. We did get a new camera, we got some new microphones, I've got new editing software, so all that in this video will be done correctly. Hopefully the audio sounds better, the video looks better, yada yada. I hope that we can really progress and show more through the future. One of the other things I will be doing with the city is kind of moving the buildings that are done. I want to quit going back and messing with the buildings that are complete. Like this building right here, I will have to finish adding another floor to it, but once that floor is done, it's done. When these two are pushed side by side, if that is the route I'm going, there will be something kind of on this roof that kind of connects to this. I believe I might do it to where maybe it's a walkthrough, or kind of like if this is your apartment, this is where you have to go outside to cook in like a grill type situation. But that will be an idea that's done. Disney Tower is going to stop where it's at. I don't want it to go any higher. I might do another section somewhere else where it just has a little bit, or I might kind of take these and just adapt them into the city to have different apartments. That's a really cool idea in my opinion, how I've done this, but I really don't need some Disney Tower that's 9-10 stories high when nothing else in this city is. One of the other things I did was with the brick bank, I went back and added the roof just kind of like it is in the Lego set. Now, with that being said, I didn't put it kind of like where you could see through it. I didn't want that to take away from what's inside. I want everything inside to kind of be focused on the minifigs and what's going on versus the structural design. I think it will look good, don't get me wrong, but with that being said, I don't want you to be like, oh, look at that, it's really cool how they did that, versus miss what's going on with inside in the minifigs. Plus, once it's set on top, it doesn't matter. If I take it off, it doesn't matter. You're not going to really care that much either way. Another thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to sit down and come up with a list. For some reason and somehow, I have got like 5,000 windows with no glass. I've sat down with some of these buildings and added all the glass I have, and I have a bunch of glass, but it's all for stuff like the Daily Bugle and Oscorp. I don't have anything for any of these small windows. When I go back and order all that, I'm going to have to order doors. I've also realized that most doors I have are the glass doors, which work perfect for some of these buildings, but they don't really work for apartments. All the back doors that I have set up, like in these buildings here, I don't want them to be to where they're glass doors, because if you have a back door in your building, it's normally not going to be made out of glass. It's normally going to be made out of steel or something like that to basically just unload stock and load in stock, maybe to let employees come in, but nothing other than that. Did get the mob done, which is something else you've seen in this video. We got all the vehicles that I'm going to be putting in this done. One of the other things I did to include with the vehicles is I do have a Brick Mania tank. I thought about putting that in the city as a joke. It is a lot wider than one of the 6 wide cars or 7 wide cars we have, but I still think it might be cool. It might be something that gets set to the side. I want to display, kind of show that that is a Brick Mania kit, though. I don't want people to think that I built that with this city. It is not my design. It is definitely someone else's. I am not that good. But with all that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget, support us by liking and subscribing. Follow us on Instagram. Comment below. Let's get some talk going. Tell me what you like about the city. Tell me what you don't like about the city. And if you're watching this and you're looking at this building right here and you say, hey, Richard, that $S up top doesn't quite look right. I know that. There is a reason why. It will be shown when I add the minifigs to it. There is going to be a scene with that. It's going to look good, I promise. Just bear with it now. Stuff would make so much more sense in the city if you let me add the minifigs to it, but it's something I'm holding myself to not doing until the last episode. But as you can see, stuff structurally set. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, use your creativity. Build, build, build. Let us see what you've got. Hit us up on Instagram. Send us pictures. If you have any ideas, let us know. Thank you for watching. Come back next week.